Those who have gotten to know me will tell you the same exact things as those who I've merely interacted with, that yes, I come off strong, but I have a moral code. Loyalty is something that I have never taken lightly. I have flown across the country to show up for a friend. I will answer my phone in the middle of the night for my friends and family. I invite them into my prayers, and I do not let anyone smudge their names. That is so easily mistaken for weakness, but that's my biggest strength. And it breaks my heart to see my generation struggling with this. Now, I'm only going to be speaking from what I've seen with the society that I'm around, and by that I mean the people I hang out with, my atmosphere. I was sitting in class, and there was this person, they were talking to me, and this person, they have another person that you always see them together. And whenever you talk about one of them, you're talking about both of them. They were like that kind of duo. And this person's talking to me, and they're telling me personal things about the other person. I try my best to remove myself from that conversation, because that's, again, loyalty. Hello, how could you do that to someone you're supposedly loyal to, which I can tell you how you're not loyal to them. But they're just telling me all these personal things about this other person, and the entire time I'm just thinking, oh my goodness. Like, this is the problem. This is the starting problem. If your best friends are willing to say those things about you, or your best friends, how in the world are you able to have any relationship more than that? Because if that's how you're treating your friends, how are you going to treat your future relationships? How are you going to treat your business workers, people you need to do finances with? How are you going to treat your relationships? How are you going to treat your future children? How are you going to manage any of those things if you can't be loyal in a friendship? Friendship is the fundamental of literally everything. And that's just what's going, not those exact things, but that's just going through my head. How I would just blank out if Anna was going out there saying some of those things, telling people my personal things. I'd be like, first of all, Anna would never. But oh my goodness, I'm looking at this girl, and she's just continually talking, and it wasn't my place to say anything. I'm that person who, yeah, if people are talking behind your back, I will come and tell you, but first of all, I don't really know that person. I didn't know that person, and I definitely did not know their friend. That I could not meet them halfway. So it's so difficult for there to be a good community when there's no loyalty at the fundamental. Anna would say that. It's so hard for there to be a good community when there's no loyalty within the society. And the society that I'm talking about is obviously my generation, my people, and the things I've seen. What is loyalty? How about we get into that? What is loyalty? Loyalty, people would describe it as devotion, faithfulness. Loyalty to me is when someone is, because I have so many experiences with this, when someone is telling you that I said something, do not take their word for it. Come talk to me. Because if you are willing to listen to whatever BS they are telling you without consulting me, we never had a friendship to begin with. Because you couldn't give me the courtesy of trusting me and coming to me and talking to me about whatever this person is telling you. We never had anything if not that. That is what loyalty is to me. that whatever someone comes to you with, you come to me first. There's like no exception to this. I don't care if you're being held to gunpoint. Like, come to me first, because that's the kind of person I am. That's the kind of person I am. If someone is telling me something about one of my families, family and friends, that's like a completely different like city. I'm talking about loyalty. Loyalty is a two-way street. Family loyalty and friend loyalties, those are in completely different towns. When it comes to family, I'm loyal to the people in my house. I'm loyal to the people I grew up with. When it comes to my friends, we had a podcast, Anna and I'd much rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. I have my girls, and they are my ride or dies. They are my ride or dies because we have this fundamental understanding. We have that level. And I know some of you will think, well, how do you know they're loyal to you? How do you know they're not talking behind your back? Because we've been through this. You think our friendship just grew on the holiest tree of the garden? Like, that's not how it works. We've had our fair share of drama. For example, our friend group is sworn to secrecy. We have like a really loving, funny inside joke about that. We're sworn to secrecy. And when me and one of my other friends, we didn't really have any beef, but I was telling Anna something, and that got into, there's 4 of us, by the way, and that went to my other friend, and that other friend, she was talking about it to one of her close friends, just to herself, but like there were other people around. And then all of a sudden, this conversation that I had one-on-one with Anna started spreading around the school, and obviously that creates rumors, high school drama, blah, 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 yay. And I was getting confronted by a person that I did not even know the name of, that I had never seen before, but they now knew me, and apparently they had problem with me because somewhere along the lines the story got mixed up. So I am now standing in front of a person that I do not know. I didn't know they existed. I don't even know. So when that happened, and she gave me a name of the person who told me whatever rumor was spreading me, and she told me that it was literally someone in my close circle. Instead of taking her word for it, I go to my friend. Because that's what loyalty is. I'm not going to take her word that my friend was just spreading lies about me, because I know my girls. So I go to my friend, and I'm talking to her, and I pull her aside one-on-one, and I'm like, first of all, why the heck would you have that conversation in public? And we have a good talk. We talked it out. She said, you're right. That shouldn't have happened. I shouldn't have even brought that conversation to my other friend. And that problem ended there. Instead of humiliating each other with a public feud, we discussed it like mature adults in training and resolved. That saved our friendship, that saved our friend group's friendship, and that brought us all closer together. That's what loyalty is. And it's so interesting to see, that's why it just boggled my mind when this person was coming to me with all these conversations about their friend. So I'm just looking at her. This is like back to the girl who was telling me personal things about her friend. How could you say that? Like, willingly say that? And it's so conflicting. That's why I'm talking about just my generation. The concept of loyalty is gone. Because people will think, okay, just because you're my best friend doesn't mean I don't have other best friends that I can tell your personal business to. No. Because I can tell you how it works in my friend group. I tell Anna something and I'm like, can you not let the other girls know? I'll tell them when I want to tell them. Anna's not going to go on and tell them. If say there's like a thing I noticed about one of the other girls in my friend group, I'll go to one of them and I'll be like, I've noticed this. I'm not really sure how I'm feeling about it. Have you noticed anything? And if they feel consensus with me, we'll tell the other girl, and then we'll confront our fourth girl all together that, hey, we've been feeling like this, and this. Can we work this out, please? And if I'm feeling a certain way and the other two girls aren't feeling that way, then I'll go talk to the fourth person myself and be like, hey, you've been doing this. I do not like it. And we've had these conversations so many times as a friend group. So I don't understand why communication is becoming so difficult. I don't know, especially with social media, and we're all in Instagram group chats or whatever, Snapchat, whatever. I don't have Snapchat. We're all in these group chats. Instead of communicating, we're just sending reels to each other. What kind of communication is that? Sending me a purple background with some text on it isn't communication. If you want to talk to me, you have my number. Call me. And as Tom Holland said, if you don't have my number, you're not close enough to talk to me or have a problem with me. You don't know me well enough to have a problem with me. That's what he said. Yada, yada, yada. Same thing. So where is the communication getting lost, guys? Why are we acting like we haven't had an education? Why are we acting like our education system is horrible? We're not illiterate. You know how to speak. You can say words. Put your mind, put this pettiness aside. You know how many problems would be resolved if we could just communicate? Draw the solid line. And I've always talked about these perfect world scenarios, but sometimes I just sit and I'm like, is this a perfect world scenario or is this just common sense? I'm just at a loss for words. One, because I have to keep this conversation going with myself. It's just so interesting. But I don't really have anything other to say to that, other than just communicating. It's not that hard. You know, the worst, I mean, if they're truly your friend, what's the worst that they can really do to you? Talk to each other. Stop sending them reels in hopes that it'll magically make the problem disappear. Stop sending people TikToks in hopes that the emotion will just deliver through a video that a third person created that you don't even know. Like, you don't communicate. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Hey, I have a problem. I want to talk to you about it. Can we please resolve this? It's not that hard. And I know it sounds crazy that this is a problem if, you know, maybe someone who's, I don't know, someone older is watching this. This isn't really a self-improvement thingy. This is a generational improvement thingy, because I've seen this problem throughout my time and wherever I go, and there's like people of my age group. Why is this a problem? You don't know how to talk to each other. You don't know how to respect each other. Giving someone the courtesy of a conversation is respect. Going to someone else and talking crap about them behind their back over something you're not even sure that they did, that is so disrespectful. That is so immature. That's unprofessional. And I get it, we're not trying to make our friendships professional, but there needs to be some level of maturity here. Because if you're willing to just let that friendship go down the drain, why the heck are you spending so much time there in the first place? If you knew you were going to just be like, oh, if they do one thing wrong, I'm out, why are you putting your effort in that friendship anyway? Go put your effort into something else. Go to the gym, do push-ups. Do something with your life. It's insanity. We need to find a fine line, because we need, society needs, the world needs this to be common ball knowledge, guys. Talk it out. Don't waste your time if you're just going to throw it all away. That's common sense. You know how people will like break up after 2 years and they're just like, oh, 2 years down the drain. That's the same thing for friendships. Same thing for friendships. Same thing for conversation. Same thing for respect. Same thing for loyalty. If you're not going to start a friendship off with that fundamental ground of trust and loyalty, don't do it. It's not beneficial to you. It's not beneficial to the person you're committing your friendship to. It's not beneficial to anyone. And that's like a hill I will die on. If you cannot maintain friendships, you don't deserve the next step. You don't deserve a relationship. If you cannot maintain friendships and work, there's no way you can maintain a relationship, friends, and work. Excuse me. Getting a little thirsty. People will be people, but come on, let's also have society be society. Let's go back to the way it was, because it wasn't always like this. I know for a fact it wasn't always like this. You hear the stories about how, like my mom will tell me stories. Oh yeah, I would go with my friends. We would walk to school every day, and we would stop by the food cart on the way to school, and because my parents like grew up in India and stuff, but I'm pretty sure the same thing was in America, like lollipop carts on the side of the road or something. I don't know. I'm too young for this. But you hear those stories and you just wish you were a kid in the 80s. You wish you were a teen in the 80s, like driving around on your it's raining. On your bicycles, and you just wish like life used to be like that. You know, you were able to go out as long as you were home in time for dinner. You were able to go out with your friends, and the mall was always packed with teens, and Black Friday was actually Black Friday shopping. I mean, we've all seen the videos. We all know how it was, and it's not difficult to go back if we can all just create this fundamental understanding that deep inside we have within us. Because we're not old. We're not too old. We were literally on the earth while all of that was happening. We had the opportunity to be part of the community that was built, that was just go to the mall and everyone was having a fun time and we were all just chilling. We were here. We created this. We created this disloyalty and distrust. That's our fault. We cannot let this get worse than it already is. But yeah, so that's where I'm going to leave it. My name is Manna. I'm the host for the Aesthetic Mind podcast. Please check out the other videos somewhere on the screen. But yeah, I will see you in the next one.